All right, guys, we're gonna go over how to work on your front rack position based off the findings from our Weenis test the other day. So if you felt a shoulder restriction, we're gonna show you the steps to fix that shoulder restriction. The process I usually follow is going to be to first soften the tissue around that joint. Then we're going to stretch the tissue around that joint and then load the tissue around that joint. If you just foam roll only and then walk away, that's not going to make any long-term changes. So we're going to start with foam rolling and then progress a little bit further. So step one, for that shoulder restriction, we're going to foam roll underneath the armpit SubScap area here. So laying on your side, arm extended overhead. On that foam roller, instead of rolling up and down, we're going to roll forwards and backwards across that tissue onto the pec and onto the back side of the lat. We're gonna spend 30 seconds to a minute. If you're feeling really tight, you can spend a little bit more time, but nothing much more than a minute really is needed. So 30 seconds to a minute on each side. When you are done with your foam rolling on both sides, we're then going to work on mobilizing that tissue with a little stretch here. This is called the prayer stretch. You can do it with a broomstick in your couch at home. We're going to palms facing you, elbows on the edge of the bench, walk the hips back and then drive your head down, open up those shoulders, hold for 30 seconds. When you're done with the 30-second hold there, you're gonna move on to a dip stretch. You can do this on a counter at home, hands on the edge, keeping your chest up tall, sink straight down until you feel a nice stretch in the front of your shoulder. You're gonna hold here for 30 seconds. All right, you're gonna alternate back and forth between the prayer stretch and this dip stretch 3 times, 30 seconds on each side. And then you're gonna finish by doing some active shoulder stretching. So we're gonna grab a light 2.5 pound plate here. I'm gonna lay on my side. Thumb is pointing up. And I'm going to lower on a 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on my end range, and then back up to the top and reset. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 times on one side and then 5 times on the other side. So a minute of foam rolling under the armpit on each side, and then 3 sets. 30 seconds of prayer stretch, 30 seconds of the dip stretch. Back and forth, 30 seconds each, 3 times. And then finishing with a little bit of eccentric loading, stretching out the backside of that shoulder capsule. So we're softening the tissue first with the foam rolling, we're then stretching it, and then we're gonna load it up very slow and eccentrically to make that shoulder position a little bit more stable, a little more strong. If you guys have questions, please reach out.